Hi everyone, welcome to this next video from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. We have a little bird to colour today. It looks like a hummingbird to me. Let's come in a little closer. Now I was very tempted to go for a sort of turquoise bird. I've done them quite a lot before with a sort of dark turquoisey blue leaves with a phthalo green to make them look all shiny. And I think I might do a little element of that, but put something else in as well, just to make it a little bit different to what you might have seen already. So I'm going to start with the bluish turquoise, the Polychromos, and do a couple of elements that are going to be sort of shiny in this colour. I think maybe the chest, so here I think. So really dark here, so lots of layers, and then fade it down like that. I think we'll do it up the bird. So the shiny bit goes across the centre of its belly, like that. Okay, so that's the first little bit, and then we get the light phthalo green, and we start it about here. Oh, it's so blunt, hang on. I don't want a blunt pencil. There we go. So we put quite a hard layer here and then fade it. We want a little section that is very faded in the middle to look a bit shiny. There is our first bit. Now we'll do a few other similar-y type things, I think. So I'm going to start with let's do a magenta, and we'll use the magenta, sorry it's hard for you to see there, for the head. Shall we use such a dark colour? Yeah, and we'll do the same sort of pattern as here, so dark, really dark here, and then lighter and lighter like that, and similar here. That little eye might need to have a black bit put on top in a minute. We can sort that out. Now rather than going for a different colour like we did, I'm going to just use the light magenta with this one. Magenta, and I'm going to go sort of almost over everything that I've done and just bring it almost right in with a little gap like that. Make it look like that's got a bit of a shine as well. It's not as shiny looking as this one. There's just something about that colour combo that makes it look really shiny. I am going to draw the eye back in with my black pencil. It is drawn in a really small way, like it's shut, but I want it to stand out a little bit, so I'm just going to put a little blob of black there. Maybe that's a bit fussy, but I feel that's better. Now on top of the head we have these little tufts. I'm not going to do anything too much with those because we've got such a small space. We're just going to use the Delft blue, but we do want to leave this sort of shine, impression of shine. So again, quite dark at the end and the base, and then leave a little white area, and it looks like it's a bit shiny. So small, and I went out of the lines there. It looks, never mind. And I'm going to do those in it as well. Okay, now I thought this was a wing, and then I realised obviously the two wings are here. This is the back of the bird. I think I'm going to treat the back of the bird maybe all as one section. Just having a think. It's quite nice having a big mix of colour though, isn't it? As long as they all work together. Yeah, maybe I'll Now let's go for a blue for the wing, for the back, sorry, not the wing. Let's get the right words. Let's try this. I've not tried this combination before. I have a feeling it will work. This is the indanthrene blue. It's very dark. I'm going to use this top and bottom, the same sort of idea as the tummy. So fade it like that. And the same from this bottom. We're going to do the tail feathers in a different colour. So we're sort of ignoring the patterning here. Like that. So we want it quite dark so we get a nice contrast. And then I'm going to use the cobalt green for the next colour. So it's quite a different colour. And I'm hoping that it will give us a nice look. I sort of want to get out to that line. There we go. The pan's a little bit distracting for me, but anyway. Now I think what we want to do is continue with pinks and blues. Well, I think pinks. I'm going to make the tail feathers pink. I want, yes, I think that's what I want. I'm going to go for red violet first, just for the tips and the bases, a little bit like that. Oh, that really isn't very much. It's quite a small feather, that one. Like that, and a bit up here. There we go. And then use the middle purple pink, favourite of mine, to go up to the middle like that. And try and keep that sort of shine making sense, so it's sort of all lined up. That little white line. There we go. Now the wings. I could either go for a blue. I don't really want to. Could I get away with a green? I'm going to try this. It's going to be an experiment. Deep cobalt green, really, really dark to start with. Where the wing touches the body, dark. Now we need to make this line of colour sort of line up with the shape of the wing, and then we want to put some on the bottom as well, like that, and do the same with this one. Now, because we've got the same colour, we won't necessarily be able to easily see the difference between the wings, but we'll get there. This is the light cobalt turquoise. So in this bit we went from blue to green, now we're going from green to blue. See if it works. I think it's working. Now, in a lot of animals that have this sort of shininess to their feathers, they might have a sort of yellow in there as well, gold, which I kind of regret not doing really, but I'm going to put it into the beak, and I'm going to use the dark Naples ochre. The mallards were really shining today along the canal there. Neck's all greeny blue. That's a beautiful colour. Right, now I'm going to use the dark sepia next to help you see the difference between the two wings. Just need to put a bit of shadow along here, like that. A little bit along there as well, and the top of the tail feathers, just so you can see. And then here, a bit of separation between the different bits of the body, I think is fine. Now we have this little bit of tree, branch, leaves, whatever it is. I just say all the words. Now I want it to be a colour that doesn't get lost in the bird colours. The birds have got a lot of bluey green, so we're not going to do that. But I'm thinking maybe a pine green, so it sort of matches still. So I'm going to do a little bit of pine green for the base of the leaves, but I don't want them all pine because it's quite dark. So I'm going to put a different colour on the tips. I haven't decided yet. It's not going to be orange. It's going to be green. But I haven't quite decided how light to go and quite what tone. I've got an idea. I'm thinking maybe the permanent green might give us the right feel. I think I'm going to try it. There we go. Permanent green. There we go. You could even do a bit of green on the actual stems if you wanted, because the stem is just a line of black. If you go over it with your green, if you've got a steady hand and a very sharp point, it would just make that look a little bit greener rather than black. But I don't have a steady hand, so I'm not going to do that. There we go. Now I'm just wondering whether I want any white on here. I think the white that's there where I've left is fine, actually. I'm quite happy with it just as it is, so I am going to leave it there. I know it's a bit short, but hopefully it was okay. Oh, we've got a magical flower tomorrow. Look at the stars. That'll be interesting. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.